Good evening. Federal disaster assistance has been activated in the wake of the cyclonic conditions that wreaked havoc across New South Wales. 8 people died during the 48-hour storm, 4 washed away by floodwaters and 4 in road accidents.
12 natural disaster areas have been declared, from the northern parts of Sydney reaching to the Great Lakes area north of Newcastle. Insurance claims already total millions of dollars. Tens of thousands of consumers are still without power, and the SES has a massive backlog of calls for assistance.
The storm of the decade may have passed, but it's far from life returning to normal in parts of New South Wales.
A few days before we get home by the looks.
In Maitland, SES boats ferry residents across floodwaters, delivering supplies and loved ones.
So I got electricity at my house, so I'm taking them to there.
The town's struggling to come to terms with the death of an 86-year-old woman in Maitland last night. Her body recovered from the car swept away in the floodwaters.
Everyone went around the backside over here and were jumping in to help. It was pretty frightening, just to watch it and be helpless to do anything.
The extent of the devastation taken in by officials and the Premier as he toured flood-affected regions.
You can't help but come here but be shocked. I mean, it's just the power and the devastation of the water and what the trail of destruction behind it's incredible.
This is just one of the many thousands of homes across the Hunter region where the SES are working tirelessly to return things to normal, or as close as they can be. In Newcastle, Shane and Susan Kent's children are lucky to be alive after a tree fell through their bedroom.
All the water that was coming through and it's just destroyed it. So we have
the clothes that we've got on and
yeah, on the positive note, we're all safe.
Further south, the ferocity of the storm has seen coastlines creep up on houses and bulldozers at Bondi. Although floodwaters are receding, officials are warning the danger is not over after the rescue of a teenager who was swept from his bike riding along a weir at midnight.
Just don't do it. It's not worth it, especially you have to have people out of their time to come and get you for your silly mistakes and whatnot.
Authorities are still investigating the deaths of 3 elderly people who died in floodwaters at Dungog.
Obviously we mourn with their families, and we feel for the families whose homes have been damaged by this once-in-a-decade storm.
A rare storm with a long clean-up ahead. Brianna Roberts, SBS World News.